In the bustling heart of New York City, where every street corner hums with stories and every scrap of paper tells a tale, there lived an artist named Samuel. Unlike most artists, Samuel's canvas was not stretched linen or crisp sketchbooks, but something far more mundane: paid bills. Water bills, electric bills, receipts from the grocery store. These were the surfaces upon which Samuel chose to create his art. It began as a necessity. Samuel, like many artists before him, struggled to make ends meet. He lived in a tiny apartment, his bed tucked beneath a window that looked out onto the alleyway. Each month, the bills would pile up on his kitchen table, stark reminders of the cost of living and the price of dreams. One evening, after paying the last of his rent, Samuel sat at the table, staring at the stack of receipts and invoices. The blank spaces on the backs of these papers beckoned to him, quiet and unassuming. With a battered pen, Samuel began to draw. At first, it was just idle doodling, a face here, a skyline there. But soon, his imagination took flight. He transformed the negative space around the numbers and barcodes into vibrant scenes, a cityscape blooming from the shadow of a water bill, a flock of birds soaring across the margin of a telephone receipt. The constraints of the paper, the lines, the printed text, became part of the composition, guiding his hand and challenging his creativity. Word of Samuel's unusual art began to spread. Friends who visited his apartment were captivated by the intricate drawings that adorned his kitchen walls. Each piece was a testament to resilience and ingenuity, a reminder that beauty could be found in the most unlikely places. Samuel started sharing his work online, posting images of his bill drawings on social media. People from all walks of life were drawn to his story. They saw in his art a reflection of their own struggles and hopes, a way to reclaim something ordinary and turn it into something extraordinary. As Samuel's following grew, so did his ambition. He began to experiment with different mediums, incorporating colored pencils, markers, and watercolors. He played with the textures of the paper, letting the wrinkles and folds of the bills add depth to his compositions. Each piece became a record of a moment in time, a paid bill marking the end of one month and the beginning of another, now immortalized by Samuel's hand. Soon, local galleries took notice. Samuel was invited to exhibit his work, and his first show was a modest affair, held in a small gallery tucked between a coffee shop and a laundromat. The walls were lined with his bill drawings, each one mounted with care. Visitors marveled at the transformation of the everyday into the extraordinary. They saw not just art, but a story, a narrative of perseverance, creativity, and the ability to find light in the shadows. Collectors began to purchase Samuel's pieces, eager to own a fragment of his unique vision. With each sale, Samuel was able to pay another bill, and with each paid bill, he found a new canvas. The cycle continued, a testament to the power of resourcefulness and imagination. Over time, Samuel's story inspired others. Artists began to look at their own lives and surroundings with fresh eyes, searching for beauty in the overlooked and the discarded. Samuel became a symbol of hope for those who struggled, a reminder that art is not confined to galleries or museums, but can flourish wherever there is a willing heart and a creative mind. In the end, Samuel's legacy was not just the drawings as he left behind, but the message he shared: that even in the most ordinary moments, there is potential for magic, and that sometimes the greatest masterpieces are born from the simplest beginnings.